Okay, and we're back. So my name is Dafina Smith. I am the founder and CEO of Coveted, Maine, and we're here today to talk about the Coveted tape. Okay, and we're back. So my name is Dafina Smith. I am of Coveted, Maine, and we're here today to talk about the Coveted tape. Okay, and we're back. So, sorry, the feedback on that. Okay, it's like a comedy of errors. So, I work today. I'm going to go through a presentation that our team put together. I've actually just been really excited because we have been working on the Coveted tape for a very long time. And I think one thing that people find when they work with Coveted Maine is that, as I've said, we really pride ourselves on being product innovators. We really love to take our time. And when you hear the word collective or collaborative, a lot of times it's because we're listening to your feedback. And then we're like loving problems or issues that you're having. And then we just kind of go into our think tank. We're like, how can we innovate? How can we make this better? There's nothing new under the sun in extension. So a lot of times it's really just iterating off of other things. And so we saw that for a lot of our stylists who were behind the chair, or really it was mostly for our stylists who were on set, they really wanted to work with products that could give them, flexibility. Clip-ins are kind of their go-to. They weren't really able to do the hand-tied installation because especially when you're working with a lot of models, a lot of times their agencies will say they cannot leave with extensions in. And so, you do this great installation on set, and it's like the most heartbreaking part of every photo shoot that we have to have to take out the extensions. So, but clip-ins are not something that is, you can't like sleep in them. They're in and out. And sometimes they can be uncomfortable on the client's head, and because of the clips and the combs, sometimes it can be a problem to kind of do the styling and the invisible and like seamless transformations that you really expect when you're on set or on the red carpet. So I had seen over 2 years ago a lot of people working. Sorry, I'm having all types of issues letting people in. I'm so sorry, guys. Trying to figure out what is going on. I'll figure it out. So where was I? So I saw about 2 years ago, a lot of people were working with this thing called like a mega tape, and it was installing tape and extensions in one big row, kind of like how we do our hand tied. And I was like, that is brilliant, but it's not quite there yet. And so I kind of went to work around the same time we were working on the Coveted tape. And we were not the Coveted tape. We were working on the Coveted weft. And so we were seeing that we could use kind of the same hybrid fabrication of the weft to make a really dense one weft that you could cut anywhere, but still had the tape innovation on the back so that you could use it, but that it was durable enough to retape. And so about 1.5 years ago, we finally got a couple of prototypes that we really fell in love with. And we had the Coveted tape. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go to the next screen, and my Zoom is acting up right now. And I cannot press any buttons. So, like, I'm just gonna try one thing. I don't know what's going on. We're stuck on this screen and I can't let the people into the room. And I cannot. Man. Let's see. You know what I might do, you guys? I might restart this and have you guys all rejoin because it's just so frustrating that I can't. You're just looking at this one photo and an emoji. Like, I don't want to. I had this great, all this information that I'm going to share for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm so sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start this over. For those of you who are joining, just rejoin the link in about 5, like I would say 2 minutes. I just want to have, we put together a really lovely presentation, but for whatever reason, my computer or Zoom has me frozen. And so I'm going to restart my computer. I'm so sorry, you guys. Thank you. All right. Here, I actually think this works. I don't have to restart it. Okay. We're going to try it again. So, okay. So for the coveted web features, we have released it over about 5 weeks now, and it's been a really big hit. And the things that are great about it is that because it's tape, it's very durable. You can reuse it up to 6 to 9 months. My favorite part about it is that it can be reapplied with either double-sided or single-sided tape. And I think that that's super important because it really allows you, by having one piece, it really gives you as an artist the creativity to be able to match the density to your client's hair. If you want to do face framing pieces, if you want to cocktail this with something else, you can cut it wherever you'd like, just like how our coveted weft is. But it's really gorgeous for a really fast, super seamless install. And we launched it in 2 lengths, 18 inches and 22 inches. And it's launching in Silky Straight. We have a textured debut coming towards the end of June. And I've been actually wearing that and I'm super excited about it. It's a new texture for the line completely. So I think a lot of you guys who work with more of a multicultural clientele are going to be super excited. And every weft, and this is one that we've cut, but it's 11.5 inches wide, the same width as our hand tie. And it's 50 grams per one weft. And what's really unique about this is that what I wanted to do, just like how our hand tied is, allowing you, we sell it by the individual weft. So you're usually going to need 2 wefts to install like a full sandwiched row, but we only sell it individually so that you can mix and match. So if you want to put your root in on top and you want to sandwich underneath a little bit more of a lighter and you don't want that heavy root, you can. And so you can also, it allows you to do really gorgeous, customizable transformations. Just like for a lot of us artists, that's really my favorite part of working with hand-tied hair, is that you get to mix and match texture or color or low light and highlight. And you can do the same thing with the coveted tape. So this part we are going to come back to. For some of this, as I said, we're gonna talk about the features of it, but we are also, our pricing is confidential, and so we really just wanted to give for people who are clients, this is kind of our secret sauce and we don't want to share it, but we will be coming back to talk about this at the end. So for those of you who have questions about pricing, please stay on. We'll cover this after we stop going live on YouTube. So I just wanted to kind of talk about what does a coveted tape service look like? Because I think that's really helpful for clients who want to kind of know how much time commitment is this? And then for you as a salon owner or stylist, what does this look like as a commitment for bringing in new clientele? How much in your books do you need to have open? And, what's that learning curve like when you're bringing on a new service in the salon? So we kind of put together, and we have some really great resources for our Covet and main stylists. We have a sort of service protocol that really walks through step by step, how much time, including before and after photos, client education, and it's just super helpful whenever you have a new service that you're bringing into your salon. So For the coveted tape double-sided install, what we found is that you really need, for that first appointment, you need about 15 to 20 minutes for installation. The more hair that you're putting in, the more time that you would need, but we really haven't found anyone going over the 25-minute mark for an install, even if they're using 2 rows and like a half row. It's really where you're spending more time on, which is anything, is the blending of the extensions. So one thing that we, want to say too in this is that who is this not for? You really want to make sure for clients that you're making sure during the consultation process that this is not for clients who are recovering from chemotherapy or any medically triggered hair loss. That can also include anything that's triggered from like prescription medicine that they're taking. You still want to respect the density of the hair, and this does add weight onto it, and it's really important, especially whenever we are launching a new service. I think, those first couple of months, a lot of people end up sitting on the sidelines. Sorry, I'm just going to have somebody in here to join us to help let people in who are waiting. They kind of sit on the sidelines, right? They want to know, like, is this going to damage my hair? I mean, they want to know, what does this look like 3 months in? I think we all know extensions all look amazing day one. That's never the question. The hair looks good. Everything is good. Really, the true test of quality of the hair, your installation, is what does it look like 4 weeks later? And then what does it look like after you take it out? And so this is really our job as a company to really make sure that we communicate with you and why we tend to work on stuff in kind of like a demo mode first before bringing it out, so we can really speak with confidence on what does this look like. And so and making sure that we help you manage expectations, manage the consultation process, so that you're only aligning with clients who are a really good fit for this. And that's super important, so that something can be, something that's not, I always say, hair extension should be the ultimate accessory, not necessity. And in order to be able to kind of go in and out of extensions, you really need to be sure that you're on the front end, you're only letting in good clients who are a good fit and who are going to listen and maintain it really well and understand what that maintenance is that they're doing. And on the flip side, your job as a stylist is to make sure you're leaving enough time in your books to make sure that you properly remove it as well. So who's not a good fit for this is we already mentioned chemotherapy, people who are on medication, traction alopecia in the past, or people with extremely, extremely fine hair. If they do have extremely fine hair, what I would suggest is starting very small, maybe with a couple face framing or pieces, to kind of fill in their haircut with a single-sided tape installation. And then also not a good fit for this is any clients who have very oily hair, because you really do need the tape to cure onto the hair. And if they have oily hair and they need to wash their hair within, every 24 hours, that initial install is never going to cure onto the hair because you cannot wash it within those first 36 hours. And then on top of that, you really want to get into a cadence of washing your hair 1 to 2 times a week. Sorry, we're some people who are waiting in the waiting room, and I'm just having Jessica let them in. And then also, because this is on a polyurethane backing, you want to make sure that we don't have, just asking, are you allergic to polyurethane? If they are, they'll be familiar with that. So we have the tools that you'll need for the installation. You'll need a tape press. You need really sharp scissors to cut it. And then you'll need parting clips, sharp clips. And then we've also found these like creaseless clips to be able to hold the hair away. And you have that sectioning is also really important. The other product that you will need for the install is going to be a really good balancing shampoo. And you'll know your client the best, but you really want to start with one, you want to get any product buildup out of the hair and you really want a clean, fresh application onto the area, you're not going to want to put any oils or leave-ins or anything on that first initial application. The cleanest application that you can get, you'll want to do. And then the other thing that we found, just a couple of weeks into it, is that it's so important that you talk to your clients about the aftercare. You just can't wash your hair for 24 hours. You also don't want to go too long either, where you're having a buildup of oil and it can slip. So we really found it's going to be different for every client. I don't wash my hair, every week. I wash my hair every week. So I'm not someone that you would have to say that to, but just want to make sure if they go to dry bars, if they wash at home, that they are looking at their shampoo. We really recommend for the area that's going to be shampooed that has tape in, that they just do a light, gentle around the area, and then they more shampoo the actual hair versus the bond. And you're not going to want to use something like a Gold Lust or anything really oily on the shampoo on where the actual row is. For their client's hair, you can use whatever. It's just you want to think about two different zones that you're doing. One where you have this row installed. What's great about it is for most people, and unlike traditional tape, you're not having a bunch of small pieces everywhere. That's like my favorite part about it. You're having one, maybe two areas. You're talking about less than 20% on the client's surface area of their head actually having extensions in. And so it's really, this is a great style. This is a great product for people who are really comfortable with doing top washes, or just kind of using more dry shampoos to kind of stretch out that cycle of when they're washing their hair. So we have in here this first, you guys, and we'll provide this and a link in the bio later for those who watch on YouTube. And we'll also be sending this out as an email to all of you who joined today's call. But we just kind of walked you through the service step by step of what this looks like. And we kind of benchmarked it at 87 minutes. And at this point, I also just want to, I'm kind of talking. And I also want to just make sure I give some, if there's any questions that are coming up, you can leave them in the chat, or you can even just unmute and let me know. Any questions so far? Okay. So let's see. What I want to do now is stop sharing my screen for a second. We're going to go back into that presentation. We're going to go back into the presentation. I did want to just kind of tell a couple of things for everybody who's going to watch the replay on YouTube. And then we're going to go into more of pricing, profitability. What does this look like within the salon? And because we are a professional only brand and we're really big about protecting our pricing for our professionals, we want to have this conversation in private. So, but I did want to mention just a couple of things that are open to anyone who, and also you guys as well. I think education is paramount in this. We have two options for education coming up. And let's see. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at one person's photo. So back to, we have the tape tour, and it's going to kick off in New York City on June 17th. I will put in on YouTube, if you're watching later, as well as anyone who's joined the call, we will send you an email link with all the details. We are going to do a tape tour. We're going to kick it off in New York. It will also be in Nashville, Austin, Chicago, Miami, and LA. And in this tour, our first one is going to be hosted with Graham Nation. I'm super excited about it because he was such an instrumental part of giving us feedback and really innovating and iterating different versions of the product. And so we're going to have fun. One thing that we want to talk about on the tape tour is we're going to do a look and learn. Each city, we're inspired by different looks that we want to showcase. New York is going to kick off with our, ode to the New York style. And one thing that we're really excited about with the Coveted tape is that the learning curve is very short. But like anything else in extensions, the magic comes when you unlock the blending and the cutting and the application of those little things. And so we're going to be able to kind of dive in to those in a look and learn environment, stylist to stylist, really kind of showcasing you what you can do with this product and who this clientele is for, and kind of just also giving a lot of stylists who maybe behind the chair a little bit more of a chance to play in editorial styling. And we'll have each city will kind of have a different theme that we're going to unlock, and some of them will correspond with bridal, or others will be more of that old Hollywood glamour. But regardless, we're really looking forward to having that look and learn aspect of the education. We also have a digital class that is step-by-step. It's a certification program as well. And we will be launching that towards the middle of this month. And then that will also have a live component as well, where we'll do, I believe I want to say that we're doing it in July. Will you be able to do a live Ask Us Anything question, just to really get a sense of what it's like, troubleshooting any like questions that come up. It's always nice to be able to have that live component. This will be a virtual live, not an in-person live, but I highly recommend for any of you who are thinking about doing the visiting us at the Coveted Tape Tour. To get a VIP ticket, you'll get the digital certification, and then you also get to come to the look and learn class. Well, and as I said, we have New York, Austin, Chicago, Miami, and LA and Nashville. And it'll be starting June 17th. We'll kind of have a cadence of about 1 to 2 a month going into October. So we'd love to have you join us for that. And now I'm actually going to